The Gmen, September 8th, 2025. Happy birthday, you silly Gman.
And welcome everyone to the Gmen show. Sorry there was no show last week because I had to go to Florida, and honestly, I had no fun at all. So why burden you with the Gmen, until the time was right, which was this week. Likely by the time you hear this, you'll already know what Apple's big announcements are with all of the stuff that they just released, but we're going to do it anyway. That's how we roll. Gaz, how are you, sir?
I'm very good, actually. I'm absolutely sponific.
Terrific.
Um, it, it's funny because we were talking about the fact that we were going to do a show, and then I said to you, "Well, I've got a few snippets." I hadn't got a lot of snippets because most of the snippets would have been about the event, which has finished probably about 45 minutes ago.
Yeah. This
So
is going to
so
be
I said,
released on Wednesday, but we're actually recording it on Tuesday.
yeah, so I said to Guy, why don't we just let the event roll and then we'll just go through what they've released and any thoughts that we've got. But what's interesting, I don't know whether you're going to jump into what you did last week because I've done my usual lots of cycling. In fact, today, Guy, we went
Tell
out
me.
and we did a quick. Well, last week we did a big ride, which was quite quick, and I've started playing tennis. There's a few of us, and we're playing. Oh yes, anyone for tennis. The
My
thing
problem
is,
with tennis, I'd be standing there like this with a racket, and the ball would go on my right side, and it'd be like, what?
yeah, when it comes to ball sports, you've got a
I got a bit of a problem.
handicap. Yeah, you've got a handicap.
It's about that big.
Yeah,
It's about that
yeah.
big.
Mind you, if you put the bell in the ball, that'd help you.
Yeah.
But a blind man would still probably beat you. Let's be honest.
Damn Ravens.
Yeah, yes, I did watch the Ravens and the Bills. Less said, the better.
Yes.
Anyway, I today went on a bike ride, and then somebody said at the end of the bike ride, "Hey, because we're not going to be playing on Thursday, do you want to play this afternoon?" So I went, "Okay, yeah." Anyway,
sure.
2 singles matches, I won them both. It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
Did you really? Did you win them both? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Them youngsters.
Yeah, I was the oldest there. Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
Well,
Yep.
Gaz, at this point, we're both kind of the oldest ones in any group of people that we're with.
Anyway, when I came back,
Grandpa.
when I came back, I then started, and this isn't me swearing, I was shoveling shit. Now, our neighbors are moving, or some neighbors of ours. They used to have a horse. They put all the horse dung in a big pile. That pile has been fermenting for a number of years, and it is very good manure, or manure, as the guy in manure. I hate manure. Back to the Future reference.
Yeah, in case anybody missed that.
And I could watch that movie. I can watch that movie, series of movies, time and time again. Anyway, back on. So I then walked a wheelbarrow full 5 or 6 times from their place round to my place and shoveled it in and shoveled it out. Then it was quite close to the time of the event. This is Apple related, folks. This really is Apple related.
We're going to get to it. Don't worry.
We will get to that. I'll get to my snippets in a bit, and we'll get to that. Anyway, I was going to have a quick shower. Of course you would, wouldn't you? After doing all that sport and then doing what I just mentioned. And I thought, well, I'll listen to the start because I often listen to podcasts when I'm in the shower. This is the personal bit, which I, wonder really whether I'd go down that avenue. But you're getting an insight into my inner life. Let's put it that way. So I often listen to podcasts, and I thought I'll put the event on so I don't miss anything, and because I won't be able to catch up, and because I knew that we would be podcasting, and perhaps if I can just listen to it. Anyway, I went onto YouTube and I put Apple in. And I scrolled down and I spotted something which said Apple event, September 9th, iPhone 17 reveal, introducing Apple logo, iPhone 17. Live, it said. So I clicked on it. And it did, starting in 2 or 3 minutes, which they often do, don't they? And then some music came up and then it stopped and then it went quiet for a bit. Anyway, I'm in the shower at this point listening to, this little bit of music, and then it went off and I thought, "Oh, something's gone wrong." Anyway, and then Tim started talking. And I was listening to what he was saying. It was a bit robotic what he was saying, Guy.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
Do you?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I do.
And I was listening to this and he was talking about crypto. And it was talking about crypto in terms of Apple and keeping your identity and all your other stuff safe, but also the fact that they are becoming a financial company. And if you click or take a photograph of the QR code in the top left
Mm-hmm.
hand of the screen, and I'm listening to this thinking, do you know, this is a step too far, Apple. Because remember, I'm not watching the screen at this point, I'm just listening. Anyway, I finally got out of the shower and they're talking about doubling your money and make sure that you put this into your Apple wallet and take it from there. So this went on for what, 10, 15 minutes? And I looked at the screen and thought, I was a bit dubious that this was an Apple actual event. And it was Tim Cook, his voice, robotic, but he was sat behind a desk doing this very straight-faced presentation. And I thought, that's a good scam, isn't it? There were 150,000 people watching that stream.
Yep.
Now, I realized straight away it was wrong. So I went and direct to Apple's page and then logged on and just caught the end of the first item that they announced. And I then thought afterwards, I'm just going to go back into that that page after the event. And obviously, that length of time, it says this video is no longer available because the YouTube account associated with this video has been
Been
closed.
suspended. Yep.
That account was Game Explain. So if that's a site that you know, I don't know whether it might have been hijacked because they got a lot of followers. So whether it's been hijacked or whether they do this sort of stuff a lot, I don't know. But anyway, that account obviously had been. But the point I'm making, there was 10 or 15 minutes, 150,000 people. How many clicked and have now been scammed?
Yep. Yep. Now, I don't know. I don't, because you and I have never really talked about it. I like to watch the SpaceX launches.
Right.
So when I know one is coming up, I will try to find a live stream somewhere of that.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the last one. It was a couple of launches ago when this thing came up and it was like, this doesn't look right. They showed a rocket, and it was a Falcon 9 or something like that that was on the pad, and it was supposed to be a live view. It said live, but something seemed off about it.
Mm.
And then it switched over to Elon Musk, or something that looked like Elon Musk, speaking into a microphone, standing up, speaking into a microphone, talking about, guess what? Cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
And his voice, it sounded like Elon Musk, but
Yeah.
again, surprise, surprise, it
A bit
sounded
robotic. Yeah.
robotic.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for people who are listening to this, this is a word of warning. Be very careful, especially with live streams, of what it is that you're watching and how you interact with those kinds of live streams. If it's trying to direct you to someplace else, which is what that QR code was for,
Absolutely.
don't do it. Report it. Check the name of whoever it is that's putting out that live stream. Chances are it's not what you think it was supposed to be.
Brilliant. So I'm glad you had that little story to match on the back of mine. Now, on a slightly lighter note, something else that I was doing last weekend. I know we're going to, by the way, folks, this is going to be a shorter show. And I've already basically hijacked what Guy would normally hijack in making it longer. But I've got to tell you this: we went to I think it was Motor X trials, so
Okay.
motorbikes, but they're doing trial work. Now, I don't
Right.
know if you've ever been to one of these events,
No.
Guy, but it is absolutely fabulous. I didn't know what to expect. My cousin used to do motocross, so that's
Hmm.
like doing the cross country stuff. They're racing each other and going around laps and laps.
Yeah.
Trials are slightly different. What they do is they have courses. They have short, very short courses, which they have to get through the obstacles on each of these courses. And I think they have a time possibly limit of maybe a minute or whatever that time is. It's short. It's, if it's more than 2 minutes, I would be amazed. It's less, probably a minute and a half roughly, or even less than that. And they have massive obstacles and they cannot put a foot down. So if you put a foot down, you have a score against you. They have to stay balanced on the bike. I'm going to send you some pictures and some videos. But I tell you what, folks, if you ever get the opportunity to go and you've never been, and this was a world championship right on our doorstep, we didn't know about it. Absolutely fabulous. If you
Nice.
ever get the chance to go to a Motor X trials, where they're going over obstacles, you can go to all of the different courses and watch them. They're all easily viewable, and you watch these guys what they do with these. The dogs just come in.
Hello, Wilf.
What they do with these bikes is just incredible. Just incredible. The balance and the athleticism of these guys is fabulous. So if you ever get the chance, go and
Oh,
I'll
they
show
train
you
hard.
some. Oh yeah, and I'll show you some videos and photos later. But the other thing, Guy. Oh, what was I going to say? I've lost my thread. Then I was so excited. Obviously, no, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Whatever I was going to say, it's gone.
Yes, old people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the dog's running me. Are you staying in or going out, Will? Okay.
He's going out.
He's going out. He's
Okay.
gone out. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely superb. It was. Anyway, I suppose I'd best jump into some snippets, haven't I? Because
Yeah, I think so.
I do have
Well,
a
actually,
few.
before you do that, as I said, I went to Florida. We were dealing with a family crisis, which I'm not going to go into for reasons. Though I do have to say that the drive down with my brother Sandy was nearly the best part of it. And the very beginning of it, when we were in Daytona, seeing my recently passed brother Bill's two boys, Bill and Jeff, and their families, to spend time with them was a lot of fun. And uh, my sister-in-law Daisy has my brother Bill's old computer, so I set that up for what's that called in utilities, where you can take control of the computer and do stuff and
Screen share and stuff.
well, not really screen sharing, because you're actually taking control of it, and it's built into the operating system.
Screen sharing / take control.
Yeah. And all you have to have is an iCloud account. There's nothing else that you need, and it works flawlessly. So if my sister-in-law Daisy has any problems, then now I can go ahead and take remote control of her computer with her
Yeah.
there. And there's
Remote
all kinds of
control.
security built in. Yes, remote control.
You said it.
Yes. And I can help her see through whatever problems that she has. Okay,
Cool.
go.
Cool. Okay, so now we're going to jump into a very short Gaz's snippets. Right, let me open up my app. And of course, I've already got a load of unread because people are already pinging news about the event that's just gone on. Anyway, okay. Apple warns the UK against introducing tougher tech regulation. Apple has warned the EU-style rules proposed by the UK competition watchdog are bad for users and bad for developers. And I think I might just say, if I can find it, I don't know whether we've still got it here, actually. I'm not sure whether we've still got it on our sheet. Oh, it might have gone, Oh, that's a shame. It has.
We can find it.
Anyway,
I know what it is you were going to say.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's not there.
It's not there.
You damn computer kind of government
things.
regulations.
Anyway,
you make
I'm moving on.
Okay.
Hit Apple TV Plus series Slow Horses Season 5 starring Gary Oldman premieres September 24th. Yes, mate. However, Apple, I'm going to complain about something in a little
Uh-oh.
while. In a little while. Apple Hebal opens Tuesday, September the 2nd. So that's already open, folks, in Bengaluru. You can tell how long we
Bang,
haven't been on.
Bengaluru?
Yeah, it's in India, I
Oh,
assume.
I was
Oh,
almost
no.
like a cowboy
In
song.
the oh, no,
Bengaluru,
perhaps it
my
isn't. Yes, it is
darling.
India, in Apple Hebal, located in the technology capital of Bengaluru. I'm going to get lambasted over saying that. So
I'm
there you
sure.
go.
I'm sure. Someone Indian is going to be like, that was not the way you say that.
That's not well.
Yeah. And to be fair, to give myself some credit, I didn't use the bad fake Indian accent.
Nor did I.
I was good. We were both good.
Apple and Google stocks jump on the antitrust ruling preserving Safari default search deal after a US federal judge issued his Google antitrust remedies after the close on Tuesday. The share of prices of Apple and Google parent Alphabet surged in after-hour and pre-market trading. Not a surprise.
No.
Tim Cook is expected back at the White House for the Trump AI event. Quite apt, because I read that, and then that video on YouTube clip kicked in. You see,
Oh, okay.
so you can easily be fooled. Apple's wallet app just made it easier to pay later for purchases. Apparently, Apple Pay Later was abruptly discontinued last year. Apple has steadily been adding third-party pay later services as alternatives. And now, thanks to an Apple Wallet update, those options are easier to find and use than ever before. So if you were
It's weird
missing...
because I remember when they were talking about that at the iPhone event last year.
Mhm.
And it was kind of like, oh, okay, because I pay mine off like 3-4 times a month, so I hardly ever carry almost any kind of balance. And the fact that I don't even remember that it being discontinued.
There you go. They must have been keeping you sweet some other way.
Yeah, figures.
Apple hit with a patent lawsuit over the Hey Siri and virtual keyboard features. Once part of Nuance Communications, which powered Siri's speech recognition in the early years, Cerence is now a subsidiary that, according to its website, works with bringing conversational AI to the automotive world and beyond. They filed that Cerence, however you pronounce them, filed a lawsuit against Apple, accusing it of infringing multiple patents. Great.
Yeah, just what we needed.
And Apple was at a White House dinner, and Tim Cook praises Trump's leadership and focus on innovation. I'm moving on. Yes. I'm saying BMW and Qualcomm announced jointly developed driver assistance system. Nothing to do with Apple, so you would think. However, wasn't this exactly what Apple was trying to do with obviously a possible Titan car?
I thought it was more along the lines of changing the various displays, the different kinds of information that you would see on a dashboard as compared to actually having assistive control, if
Qualcomm,
that's what they're talking about.
well, no, but I think Apple was trying to get more involved in the car environment, the automotive world, and actually whether producing the car would then help them to do a lot more of this sort of stuff. And I think this is where Apple will probably jump in as well.
I
They can't
disagree.
they can't just stick with CarPlay, guy. That will
It's not
disappear eventually.
that's not the point. I think that Apple getting involved in active assistance control of the vehicle is a super bad idea for Apple to get into, because at that point they also become liable for any problems that come along with that. I mean, look at all the lawsuits that's happened with Tesla and some of the other companies that have assistive control.
I think there's a lot behind this which is about data as well.
Okay.
Bad Sisters fans are disappointed after the popular Apple TV Plus series is cancelled after 2 seasons. Statement here from me: you don't have to keep something going because it was good the first time round. Fawlty Towers is a prime example of this. There were 12 episodes. He stopped it because it wasn't going to go any further. Bad Sisters first season, brilliant. Second season, edge was taken off. Cancellation, right thing. Do something else
Go
with
to the
it.
next thing. Yeah.
Go to the next thing. Whereas the slow horses, they've been able to keep that going, and
Well,
they can
but
keep that
see,
going.
there's the difference. When you're talking about a television show about sisters, there's only so many existential crises
Yeah.
that they can have. Whereas with slow horses, you can slide that into one international conspiracy or, a bad thing going to happen in another country that they have to get involved in after another. Tom Cruise has proven this with multiple Mission Impossible movies over the years,
And I
one
have
one more ridiculous than the next.
Yeah, and the last one was really just to showcase all of his stunts.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I
It
haven't
was
seen it yet.
good. It was good. We enjoyed it, but really it was Tom Cruise showcasing
Yeah,
all his stunts.
and
But that's fine.
I'm not criticizing what
No, 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 no.
I'm just saying that it was fun to see all of the action and all the things going on, but the storylines themselves, you would just kind of sit there and go, "Huh, really?
Yeah. You're
Hmm,
stretching that one. Anyway, here's another note.
okay,
Apple's making the movies Hollywood won't, and it's paying off big.
it is
Is
F1."
it? Is it? Think Different was an iconic Apple ad campaign and might just be the best way to summarize the company's new Apple TV Plus strategy for movies. Here's why recent debuts like Highest to Lowest, and that's what I'm going to talk about in a minute, and
Okay,
F1 reflect a growing trend of Apple making movies that Hollywood won't. Hollywood would never have made Highest to Lowest. Have you seen it?
no,
It's crap.
okay.
It's awful.
Let me put that on my list. Highest to lowest is lots of crap.
We watched the first we endured the first 10 minutes. We said it's got to get better, so we watched another 10 minutes. We watched 25 minutes of this thing. It was awful. The acting, Denzel Washington, you can rely on him. But
Yes.
there was loads of other acting in there, which was dreadful, guy. It was absolutely awful. There was background music. They try and highlight items with a certain amount of background music,
Yeah.
emphasize something. There's a bit of danger coming. They had all sorts of music going on all the time, and it was distracting. It wasn't complimentary to the movie. The acting was poor. The storyline wasn't getting along. Apple, if this is the height of Apple movies, God help us. Well,
Okay.
God help
Greyhound.
Apple.
Greyhound is another good example. It wasn't a bad movie, but
No,
it really was not a good movie. It was not
agreed.
deserving of someone like Tom Hanks.
I think I agree. It's almost as if they've gone too fluffy. Oh,
Yeah.
let's push this bit of boundary because that's what makes the movie better. And they've pushed it too far. They've
To,
pushed it
to,
too far.
to
We've got to
give
have
you,
the extra.
yeah,
Go on.
to give you another example, and I don't want to say what the movie name is because it's an older movie with some objectionable things in it. But near the end, it was a whole series of movies. But near the end of the series, they had like this exciting like chase music going on, and it was just the main character getting out of a car and walking into a building. And it's like,
Yeah,
what are
yeah,
you guys
yeah,
doing? Why do
yeah,
you need this music to show this
yeah.
man
It was
walking into a building?
the music was going on. It was actually distracting
Inappropriate
from
music.
it was no, but it was distracting from a basic conversation. When Anne and I talk, there's not music going on in the background unless we've got a radio on. And it could be any music. It's uplifting music. It's not music which is relating the conversation that we're having or trying to badly. Anyway,
Okay,
highest to lowest. Don't
new
watch it.
idea. New idea for a service. Okay. You turn on whatever device it is that's going to play audio. And as you and your wife, or you and your son, or you and your daughter, whoever is talking, it uses AI to
To
give
put
you
appropriate
appropriate
background music.
background music.
Love it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
the things that go through my mind, Gaz. I swear. It's
Gavin and
just
Stacey, sitcom stars, sign up to headline a new Apple TV Plus series. At least they're coming
wait,
out with stuff. What?
Cagney and Lacey?
No, I said Gavin and Stacey. You weren't
Oh,
listening to me,
okay. Okay.
which
That
is
makes
pretty normal.
much
Which
more
is pretty
sense
normal.
than
Yeah.
Cagney and Lacey. Okay.
Mind you, I wouldn't mind Cagney and Lacey. I used to enjoy that.
I think one of them is dead.
They're not teamed up then, have they?
No, I guess not.
The new Apple Card offer allows users to earn boosted cash back with Uber and Uber Eats. This is American because we don't get the card over here.
Yeah.
Apple could reintroduce iPhone Mini thanks to this recent lineup. Here's how. I'm going to say no more.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, no iPhone Mini.
And I love this one. New Power Beats Fit earbuds, colors and features leaked. This is Beats, so this isn't Apple. I actually like the Beats earphones, to be honest with you. And if they continue, and I'm not sure whether they will be, but if they continue the interaction with Apple products, then great. And that guy, that is the end of a very short, which wasn't so short, Gazzy Snippets.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate that. Oh my. Okay, so let's talk about the Apple event.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah. And the fact that Apple is going into finance and will offer cryptocurrency and things like that. It was an amazing announcement, very much surprising coming from Tim Cook sitting behind a desk.
Yes.
We're kidding, obviously.
We are.
First thing that they brought up was AirPod Pro 3 or AirPod. It has always been hard for me to figure out how to say this product name, but I did hear someone who was involved say AirPods Pros 3, which made no sense to me. No. But that's what they said. I just say AirPod Pro 3. There. Apple is wrong. I'm right. That's how that goes. And I kind of missed the beginning myself because my son Peter called and I had to talk to him for my birthday before I could go to. And why won't Apple allow you
to restart it?
Not so much restart, but pause it.
Yeah.
And then pick up where. But no, you can't. You cannot pause the event.
But as soon as the event's finished, you can then replay it.
You can go back, right?
You can
but
do what you like.
We needed to do this podcast.
We did.
And even more time has now been
added.
Taken up talking about that. So
are you going to get some new AirPods?
I might.
AirPods Pro?
They look really good. Some of the cool features, did you see what they did with live translation?
I did, yes. But that was that while I was in the shower, I heard nothing. But I then once it had finished, I then watched that first section.
The bit that you'd missed.
Yeah.
So, in conjunction with your phone, not only, and if both people have AirPod Pro 3s, because that's the right way to say it, then you have, not only is it live translating what you're saying to them and them saying to you.
Can I just say the Apple site says AirPods Pro?
Yeah, I know. They're wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
They're wrong.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
But you can use your phone, which will, take whatever it is you're saying, display it on the screen, and then display the translation in their language at the same time. So if they don't have AirPod Pro 3s, with emphasis, then you can just hold up the phone and it'll show them what it is that you're trying to say at the same time that you're hearing what they say and it's being translated into your AirPod Pro 3s.
What was that
God, I
on?
can't.
What did they used to call that when it goes into the ear? Oh,
Is
I'm
that going to
thinking
drive you crazy?
it's going to. You carry on, and I'll get to
Okay.
it.
There's a heart sensor that's being built into them, which I'm kind of like, okay, but you already have. Well, I guess if you don't have a watch, that could be helpful.
It would be, but do you keep the earphone in, all the time? You're
Well,
not
it
going to go to.
depends.
Well,
Like if
mm,
you're on a plane and you're watching a movie or whatever, then you're going to have them in for as long as you're doing whatever it is that you're doing with something else, listening to music or what have you. Speaking of
yeah.
which, 8-hour battery life, which is up from, I think, 6 from the twos, AirPod Pro 2s. Price $249, which isn't really changed from the initial retail price of the AirPod Pro 2s. So that's unless you got something else, that's kind of all I got. That was, I mean, we can go into this. Here's something that we're not going to do. We're not going to go into all the specs.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because it's irrelevant. What does the device do? I don't care how it does it. I just want to know what it does. So did you see anything else with the AirPod Pro 3s
There
that
was
we haven't talked about?
Yeah, there was nothing else really which jumped out at me, but they've been talking about um, that heartbeat thing in ear.
In the ear.
Um,
Oh, it's
so
reshaped. They shaped it a little bit differently,
oh yeah, but
and it's
they're
supposed
always
to
going to
fit
tell you
better.
they tweak. I
Yeah.
think people are saying, you know, if you've got the originals, then these are probably worth an upgrade if you really need them. But actually, this is the sort of, you know, you listen to stuff on it. How
Yeah.
much better can it be? So, if I think the one thing that they did keep going on about, what was it about the um, stopping the outside noise coming in, and
Oh,
they used something which I thought, what are you doing? Oh, active noise cancellation,
yeah. Yeah.
and they referred to that through the event as ANC after that.
That's probably why I didn't understand what they meant when they said ANC, because I missed the first part of it.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Because they went active noise cancellation ANC, and then I think they referred to it as ANC after that. So yeah, that's if they can keep improving that and make a good transparency mode as well, which is where you can still hear stuff coming through,
Yeah.
especially
If you're having a conversation,
if it's
emergency
if
vehicles, things like that.
absolutely. And if it's AI and it's clever, it knows when it's your wife that's talking to you, and that it's got to make sure you
It
hear
damn well better
and
change over to
understand
transparency.
what she says. That's that, or your partner, whichever.
So
Doesn't
that
matter.
works with translation then as well.
I think it should.
It really, really should. We need to change wife speak to husband speak. So wife says 25 words, husband hears 3. The 3 keywords that actually will convey everything that the husband needs to know about whatever the wife says. I am so glad that my wife Tracy does not listen to this show. I would be in so much trouble. The next thing they talked about was the Apple Watch. So we've got the Apple Watch 11. It's got the latest 5G cellular modem built into it. They've added blood pressure, which is interesting, and something that they're calling sleep score, which goes beyond what the original health apps used when it came to sleep, including sleep apnea, which I found interesting. Did you see anything else? Or did that pretty much cover?
We're talking the ear thing, aren't we? Sorry, because I've just
No, Apple Watch 11.
right, because I've just realised that I've remembered what that translator thing was, and
Oh, go
people
ahead.
are gonna sigh so much. It's the Babel fish from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's what they should have called it.
Yeah, they should have done. They should have done.
Except they'd
Absolutely.
probably get sued by whoever has all the
Absolutely.
Adams.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
now the
That's what
watch.
Apple needs is more lawsuits.
Yeah, yeah, because of course,
Yeah,
Apple always needs lawsuits. It's,
of course.
part
Keeps
of
them
its
hopping.
part of its, um, makeup, really.
Hmm.
I've just basically priced up, Guy, a Hermes Series 11 Apple Watch,
Hmm.
with a Gran H fin strap, and it's gonna cost me £1,800.
Oh my God. Is that for the Ultra?
It does look. No, no, of course not. This
That's
is
the
the this
oh
is
God,
this
how
is
much is the Hermes? The wristband is what's making it like stupid crazy.
Yes, it is the wristband which is making it a little bit crazy. Yes, I mean I could get it down to 1149 with the twill jump attelage single tour strap, but I wanted to go for the Gran H fin, because I'm like that.
That's the kind of guy that you are.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy I am. Um, £1,800.
Sure.
No, the one thing I was hoping for a bit of a better jump in the Apple Series 11 or the SE, because I think I actually am possibly moving towards a Ultra 3 myself, but I'm going to go
Mhm.
into a store and see it because I see it on other people's wrists and I think that
It's
watch is too
big.
big on you.
It's
It's too
so
big on
big.
you. So I'm going to try one on first. And if not, I shall just stick with mine for the time being.
It
So
would on, and this is not to be an ass or to brag or whatever. It would actually look pretty good on me.
yeah,
It would not
you
look
got
too big on me.
you've got big hands.
I do, and big
It
wrists.
I think I'd be close, but I'd have to try it on. So I'll see. I'll see.
Okay. Was there anything else
But
about the Apple Watch that you
there
thought
wasn't
the
there
regular
wasn't
one?
the regular one. There wasn't a lot really, which I thought,
Yeah.
it just giving it in a little fiance. What am I talking about? Just little edges of
Yeah.
making it better. Just
Other than blood pressure,
yeah,
I don't see anything else here. Now,
no,
if you already have a Series 9 or Series 10, I would have to question whether it would be worth it unless you've
yeah.
just got like, 1,800 pounds you just got to get rid of for some reason or another.
Well, I tell you what, it was a nice looking watch.
It
And
is.
it's going to be a big jump for me, certainly on the standard watch, or I go to the Ultra because I picked up a stainless steel one in the
Yeah.
refurb
What
store.
series?
Do you know? I think it's the 9.
Okay.
And it does me. It's fine. So that's the only reason I'd be thinking of moving. But I
Well, I
think
got
I'm
a
probably.
10 and
I don't think I'm going to move. I don't think I'm.
I'm not even considering it.
No, 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 no. Well, I had my previous watch for 3 or 4 years, I think. Might have
Yeah.
been
Well,
4 years,
honestly,
so
I have 3 Apple Watches. I have the
you do?
5,
How many
the
wrists have you got?
just one, but I use one at night for when I
You've
sleep.
only got 1 wrist? I know you only have 1 eye, but now you've only got 1 wrist?
Yeah, it's the right eye and the left arm. I don't know what to do anymore. um, so once I got the 7, I was using the 5 for sleep, and then once I got the 10, I kind of retired the 5, but my wife is using it now. But
Cool.
the battery life on it is
Yeah,
dreadful.
dire, dire.
So I'm thinking I might get her an Apple Watch 11 for herself instead of, and
What,
that
the version?
the 11, the new one,
Not because don't
not
they
for
do
me,
a no,
but for her.
for you yeah, but don't they do
The SE,
yeah,
they
it's
do, but there are some things in the health app like blood pressure that I think she would appreciate
but
more.
they don't do blood pressure yet.
Not with the SE.
They don't do blood pressure with the other one.
No, they will
Is that
with
now I missed that. Is that what they said?
yeah.
So,
Unless I could have that wrong, but I thought they were talking about blood pressure.
okay.
But well, while you're looking at that, let me go on with about the
Series
SE3.
11 no, 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 no. What it says is Series 11 can spot signs of chronic chronic
hypertension. Yeah.
high blood pressure and notify you of possible hypertension
Yes.
coming this month. I'm not sure that's doing blood pressure. I think that's some other measurement that they're
Okay. Well,
reading.
I mean, I could be wrong somehow.
No, no, no. I'm not. I'm not
Maybe.
saying you are wrong. I'm saying
Yes,
that
you are.
I think I think it's not actually doing blood pressure, because the only way to do blood pressure is by a
It's through a
band
pressure
round
cuff.
your arm. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So this, I think, is checking it in a different way.
Okay. Well, in that case, I
But
might
that's
get her an SE instead.
well, we'll have to.
Sorry, honey, I'm going cheap on you.
I would wait and see, because as soon as this gets out there, Guy, people will be testing that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll have to read up more on it.
Yeah.
SE3 has apnea, sleep apnea, which it didn't have before, and the sleep score, which kind of interests me, but I'm not sure exactly what that entails. And also, they've added fast charging, so I think they said like within 20 minutes you could have up to a 50% charge, something like that. And that was, I mean, then they came out with the Ultra 3, the Apple Watch Ultra 3. And the only thing I was listening to everything they were saying, and it's got all the same stuff that all the other watches have. The only thing I really picked up from it that was different was 42-hour battery, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, yeah. That's the
It's
one
got
thing that
cellular, it's
I've got
got
to
the
say,
satellite.
Guy,
Yeah.
if I go out on a long ride with my watch and then I want to do a sport afterwards or a big walk or something, my watch now can be struggling.
Yes.
And it does struggle at
Yeah.
the end of the day. Whereas I used to be able to just pop it on a quick charge, and I could wear it to, at bed at night and just give it a quick charge in the morning. It'll be ready and I could use it during the day. But now
Well, with my
this
10,
one,
I can get almost 2 days of just
yeah.
regular use
Yeah,
with my
that's
10.
good. That's good. I can't with mine. Not now. I hammered it. And can I just go back to your hypertension, high blood pressure?
Yeah.
So you're right that that's what they're trying to identify. I'm right that it's not a
Quite
blood
there.
pressure. Yeah.
Test.
So let me tell you what they've said.
Okay.
Receive hypertension notifications just by wearing your watch. Series 11 can notify you if it identifies patterns of hypertension. How? The optical sensor provides data. So the optical sensor provides data to an algorithm that can detect potential hypertension by analyzing how your blood vessels respond to beats of the heart over a 30-day period. So it is doing it differently to how blood pressure is normally read when you go to the doctors or anywhere else at this stage.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. But you're right. And I wasn't 100%.
Percent.
I was not 100% convinced that that's what it was that they were saying, but that was the impression that
Yeah.
I got as
Yeah.
they were saying it.
Yeah. Well, they like leaving good impressions.
They do, right in the middle of my forehead. Wow, we're going much longer than I thought we were
We're
going
going
to.
long, aren't we? We're going
Yeah,
long.
that's okay. That's okay. This is fun. Um, then we come to the main event, the
Hmm.
iPhone. iPhone 17, shocker, 6.3-inch screen, Pro Motion, something that they're calling Ceramic Shield 2, which is in the
Mm.
front and the back of the phone to offer even more protection. Oh, you know what I didn't say about the watches? I didn't give prices.
No. Oh, yes, yes, yeah. So on the
Yeah,
iPhone
these are
17,
US prices.
right? Can I just say, on the iPhone 17, you don't get it front and back. You only get it on the Pro and the Air, the
Oh, I
iPhone
thought
Air.
it was on both sides. Okay.
Mm,
But with the
no,
Apple Watch,
listen to what I'm saying.
all
It's
right.
on the Pro and on the Air, both sides. On the 17, it's only on the front.
Okay. Well, it would have to be on both sides for the Air. Apple Watch 11 starts at $399. SE3 starts at $249, and Apple Watch Ultra 3 is $799. All right. Now we're taking the watch and we're going pushing it off to the side. Moving on to the iPhone.
Oh,
And
sorry. That's what I was talking about when I said about the ceramic front and
yeah, I
back.
know. I know.
I thought you'd moved on. Sorry. Okay.
No, 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 no. I just wanted to give the prices real quick on the watches because I
Cool.
forgot to do
Cool.
that.
Good man. Good man.
A19 processor, but we're not going to talk about that because who cares? 48 megapixel camera, dual camera lenses, 2x optical zoom, and something. This is kind of cool. I like this. They're instead of using the landscape or portrait mode for the front camera, they're using something here called center stage. So
Yeah.
what this does is you can hold you can hold the phone any way that you want to hold it, and it takes the image.
Do you want to know how they've done that?
Yeah, tell me.
So, because the camera is a key component for me in
Yeah, oh
deciding
yeah,
whether I get the phone. So basically, they used to have a sensor in the back, which was pretty much rectangle. But now they've got it square. And within that square, you can either then have it as portrait or landscape or,
or
you know,
square.
I- or, well, I'm not sure about square. They didn't show any
No, they do.
photos
They
of
do
square.
square. They do four by
Okay,
three.
fine, fine. But most people, they're either going to look at it at landscape or portrait, aren't they? But
Yes,
and this way, and it you can change it by holding the phone still in its same orientation, which is normally in your portrait way. I had to think
yeah,
then
well, a
portrait.
lot of people hold it. Yeah, they just hold it straight up and down.
Yeah, yeah.
But the cool thing about that is instead of having to say, you take a picture with you and your friends, and then you're like, oh, well, we didn't get in Bob. Bob is over there. So then you turn it to landscape mode so that you can get Bob in too. But now it doesn't matter. It's like you can change what the image, not image resolution, but um,
Orientation
orientation. Thank you.
without
And
orientating your phone. It'll
right.
do it within the
And without
pixel.
having to take another picture,
Yeah, yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they did indicate that if you get somebody coming in, the AI in there will automatically spot it and make it wider. So
Yeah. Yeah.
whether that was accurate or not, I don't know.
Well, I just have to say about the regular iPhone 17, they made a better camera, and I'm shocked. They hardly ever do that.
So basically all of the cameras, they've got a 48 megabit Pro Fusion camera on all of them,
Mhm.
except no, actually, no, I see. So what they're saying on the iPhone Pro, I'm going to do this Pro 17 and Air in that order. So it's 48 megapixel Pro Fusion camera, 48 megapixel dual fusion camera, and 48 megapixel fusion camera.
And that's with
Um,
all three of those lenses
Now,
on the Pro.
yes, no, it's not. That's not what they're saying on their tech page. They've said they've got a 48 megapixel Pro Fusion camera system, which has got a 48 megapixel Fusion main, 48 megapixel Fusion ultra wide, and 48 megapixel Fusion telephoto.
Oh, okay.
So that actually changes it because that's what the iPhone 17 has got. It's got a 48 megapixel Fusion main and a 48 megapixel Fusion ultra wide, and the iPhone Air just has a 48 megapixel Fusion main. So they've all got a 48 megapixel Fusion main camera.
Yes,
Well, they're good at selling a line, aren't they? Because if you look at the
they are.
first line, you'd look at it and say, "Oh, it's a 48 megapixel Pro and a dual, and just a 48 megapixel Fusion." If you look at that top line there, you have to dig into it to see the differences.
And
Sneaky,
it is.
sneaky.
It is those cheeky buggers.
Now the 17 and the Pro both have macro photography, whereas the Air doesn't.
Yes, that's true. And the regular iPhone 17 has a 2x optical zoom. The Pro has a 3x optical zoom.
No,
What?
it has. So the
I'm
Pro
getting
has
all of this wrong. What's wrong with me?
the Pro has 0.5, 1x, 2x, 4x, and 8x.
Optical.
Optical,
Okay.
optical. And the 17 has 0.5, 1, and 2, and the Air has just 1 and 2 optical zoom options.
Okay, I thought they'd said only 3. Okay, well, I was wrong again. iPhone 17 starts at $799. Now the one that they were talking about it through all the tech press, but the iPhone Air. Oh my God, how thin can they make a phone and then ruin it with the
Correct.
plateau?
I'm so glad you said that.
When they first showed, just the band and they kind of went to the side with it, I was like, how the hell are they going to fit everything that is an iPhone into something that thin? And then they were like, look how thin it is, except for this part right here, which isn't thin. The whole thing made no sense to me.
It it it
For how
just
much it is,
yeah.
you have less capability than the regular iPhone 17 for $200 more, and it's just a little bit thinner. I mean, they're
Well, the
both
main body is thinner.
6.3-inch screens.
Actually, I think a lot of people are going to complain about that. A lot of people will put a case on it, so it makes a little difference because that
Yeah,
case will then
that's true.
even it out. But those people that don't, they'll find that knob at the top catching somewhere. When you try and push it down, that ridge will catch, I think.
Yeah, and if you're putting a case on it, why would you buy the Air over the regular 17?
I agree. Yeah.
If you're going to put a case on it,
Yeah.
get the 17, which costs less and gives you more capability. I mean, it's just why?
It's bigger. It is bigger. It's 0.2 of an inch bigger than the 17.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I don't have pockets that big ever.
6.3 as opposed to 6.5. Is that right? Yeah.
What, for the regular
6.5.
17?
The regular
No, they're both 6.3.
You're not listening to me, are you? You're just not
About
listening
what?
to me. Precisely. The Air is 6.5.
Oh, it's a little bigger?
Yes. That's what I just said.
Okay. I'll have to go back and check that because I wrote it
I'm
down.
looking
And
at
I thought
I'm
they
looking
said
at the tech
6.3.
page, guy. I'm looking
Okay.
at the tech
No, I
page.
believe you. I haven't looked at the tech pages. This is
Yeah.
just stuff I wrote down as they were doing the presentation.
Yeah, I thought it's easy to go to the tech page.
Yeah. Afterwards. Know all about it after Gaz. Leave
Yeah,
me hanging.
the Pro and the 17 6.3, totally right. You're perfectly correct. But the Air is 6.5.
Okay.
So
And everyone remember, this is just going to be a short show today.
It's just a short show.
Short show.
So it's also lighter. So that extra $200 that the point you were making was that it was more expensive. Why would you get it? Well, it's got a bigger screen and it's lighter. So that may be why you'd.
The bigger screen would be the only thing I would be interested in.
And of course, you can probably get a bigger screen with the Pro anyway.
Yeah.
You can't with the standard one.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the Max Pro
6.9. The Max is 6.9.
Yeah. What's the regular one?
6.3. I don't think you
so
can.
all three are, no, the 17 and 17 Pro are 6.3 and the Pro Max is 6.9.
Correct.
And the Air is 6.5.
Correct.
Okay. iPhone Air is $999. The only other thing about the 17 Pro that kind of interested me was 39 hours of playback, which is, I mean, you could turn that
Yeah,
on.
because you have these marathons where you're sitting watching videos for that length of time, don't you?
No, I really don't. But if I was on a flight from Washington, D.C. to New Zealand,
You still wouldn't need it that long.
I still wouldn't be able to drain the. I'd get to New Zealand and go, I can still watch the Lord of the Rings marathon. Okay, the trilogy. Good.
I've got to stay awake for another 12 hours.
Got to stay awake. Oh my God. Okay, and that starts at $10.99.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a one more thing.
And can I just say, all of those prices that Guy has just mentioned
are
in the UK, they're exactly the same.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you can translate that to whatever currency is in your particular country of choice.
I'm not saying it's the same in every country, Guy.
Well, for example, it's $10.99 for an iPhone 17 Pro here in the States. If you went to Canada, it would probably be $2,200. Okay, so moving on from that. It was
short show, remember?
Short show. This is going to be a short show, everyone. Swear to God.
The one question I do have over
Yeah.
the phones, which I haven't spotted yet, and I haven't
Okay.
done a big in-depth dive to find out, is can they have more than one SIM, eSIM? Because they only do eSIMs now. They don't do any.
Yeah, there is no
SIMs.
more physical SIMs.
And I'm pretty sure they will do, but I need to know that they can do more
I
than one
thought they
SIM
did at least
because,
two. I thought they
well,
did
I
two
hope I'm
in the
pretty sure
last.
they will do, but I haven't yet found it. But I'm pretty sure that that's what they'll be able to do. But yeah, but it's got to be able to do that, else I won't be changing.
Yeah, because I still have an Android phone that I have on Mint Mobile that I don't see the point in using it if I can have both of them on a single device. Okay. We're gonna that's pretty much I don't really have anything else that I picked up from the event.
Dual
So
SIMs. Dual
dual
SIMs.
SIMs. That's what
Yep.
we need to find out.
Yeah.
Moving on. We don't have any email or Twitter stuff. We do have I got here audio feedback.
Have you got it? Because I've got it if you haven't.
This may be from last week from Greg. Hold on.
No, I've got one. I've got another one.
To the Gmen podcast. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, we did those last week. Or not last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Those were from NC Greg. I forgot to get rid of has stuff to say there. We do have, however.
Yeah, go on.
A Mr. Cheesed Off.
Oh, well, hang on a minute. Before we go to Mr. Cheesed Off.
Yeah.
We also have something from Jim, which I did forward to you, but I'll play it because I've got it here. So, 9th of September. Here we go. Now, this might be a bit quiet, so I might have to.
Guy and guys on the My Mac podcast show. The consummate professionals.
That's not it. Because that was 9th of September 2024. This is the one. This is the one that's come in from Jim.
The G-Men on Spotify. The armpits of podcasting.
We're hairy and we stink. Okay. Armpits of podcasting. Anyway, thank you, Jeff. We really appreciate it. Mr. Cheese Off has some stuff to say. I don't think either one of us are surprised by that. And here he is.
Hello, Guy and Gaz. Mr. Cheese Off here.
Hi.
So, on your last episode, you decided the most important thing you could do with your precious podcast time wasn't talking about latest Apple news, tech updates, or anything vaguely useful. No. You treated us to a behind-the-scenes marathon of you recording adverts. Adverts for your own show, for other shows. The people who would listen to this show might hear, somewhere, eventually, maybe. Honestly, lads, the logic is mind-bending. You're plugging your podcast inside your podcast to an audience
Inception.
that's already listening to your podcast. It's like standing in your own kitchen shouting, "You should really come round for dinner," to the people already sat at your table. Brilliant stuff. I sat there thinking, surely there's been some massive Apple slip-up this week to rant about. But nope. We're instead treated to a thrilling live read of, "Hi, I'm Guy, and I'm Gaz," about 17 different ways. Honestly, it was like an audio version of watching two people trying to hang a mirror while looking in another mirror. I mean, if I wanted to hear someone self-promote awkwardly for 20 minutes, I'd scroll through LinkedIn. Or worse, listen to an influencer try to sell me vegan beard oil. I don't know, it all really cheeses me off.
Yeah. I kind of had the same feeling about that.
I thought it was just classic G-Men podcast material.
It was.
I guess some people may have differences of opinion.
You can't please most of the people most of the time on this show.
Yeah. Well, that's this show. That's this show in so many words. I don't think we have anything else unless you've got something.
Nope. I have Nowthouse. Out now.
And remember, if you have done a review of the show on some platform, or you want to send us something along the lines of a bumper to tell us how much we suck, we get it.
I'll tell you what. Mr. Cheese Off needs to send us his email so we can send him a
freaking Woody. He deserves like a Woody that will cover his
paying,
wall.
to be honest with you.
Yeah. He's great. I love Mr. Cheesed Off. But if it's like the first time that you've sent us audio review or done a written review or anything like that, we want my goodness, we want you to get what you deserve, which would be a Woo T. And if you don't know what that is, it's a big W, big O, big O, big T, little I, little E, exclamation mark. That is a Woody. You can say anything that you want. And if it's going to be for like bumper material, please 5 to 10 seconds. And you can use naughty words, you bad people. And that person, Marcus, knows who he is. Then, yeah, we'll have to beep them. So that's kind of it. If you want to help support the show, you can go to ko-fi.com/MacParrot. Or you can go to PayPal, paypal.me/MacParrot. We have a Discord channel that I should be checking on more often, but don't. Just go over to Discord, type in Vert Shark, and join us where it's always fun and memorable. It certainly is. Gaz, if people wanted to get a hold of you,
well, you can still currently send an email to gazmaz@mymac.com. You can also contact me on the socials by going to GazMaz, JZMAZ, in most places. However, I'm not everywhere, I've got to say. And if you want to contact both me and Guy on either BlueSky or TwitXX, you can go to Guy and Gaz. That's GUYAND GAZ. Wow. Well,
his name was Guy.
Guy says
he does.
Guy was paid his 75 grand.
I was not.
Pay no attention to that guy behind the curtain.
They don't.
He's the guy.
I am.
Guy's the one.
I am.
Guy.
Huh?
You remember
What?
Guy?
Do they? Do they really?
No fooling.
If you want
an email from Guy,
how would they go about it?
Well, the absolute easiest way would be to send that to at mymac.com. That is GUI at mymac.com. There's lots of socials that I'm on, but I pretty much just pay attention to two. And that's BlueSky and Twax. And I am MacParrot on both of those. And I believe, Vert Shark over on Ixter, Twits, whatever. It's hard coming up with new names for that social media service all the time. And we have a voice number, a physical number, Gaz, that they can call. Do you know what that is?
284-677 for the My Mac podcast with Guy and Gaz. It's tech heaven. That's 703-828-4677. Get in touch now.
Yes. And if for some reason you didn't quite get that number, here it is again.
703-828-4678.
That's right, everyone. 703-828-46 blah, blah, blah. And you can find us there. If you're outside of the U.S., your country code, or not your country code, but our country code. Sorry. The country code of the United States is 1, and then the number, and you may incur charges if dialed directly. And I swear I will get better at saying that eventually. I do have some other stuff going on. There is Guy's Daily Drive, which is an archive of all of the ones that I recorded in my car going all the way back to 2018, which I'm trying to get out about 3 times a week. And Tales from the AI verse, which I am so slow rolling out that there's only been one episode for a couple of months now. But it's a good episode. So yeah, go on over and listen and subscribe to that. So, Gaz, this is the part of the show where, unfortunately, because it's a short show, that we have to say goodbye. It's so sad. Everyone, please remember, we love you all. We really do appreciate the fact that you download and flip and listen to the to the Gmen. I'm screwing this up and I'm not going to start over. The Gmen podcast here on Spotify. We really do appreciate it. And Gaz, I have to question whether we were good enough. We certainly weren't short enough. Whether we were smart enough, though, I think we got a lot of good information out there.
We'll find out.
I am so looking for confirmation here, Gaz. You got to help me.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It was brilliant.
So good. So very good. And also that doggone it, we were treated by a brief visit from Wilf. Woof. And that doggone it, people like us.
Do you know what, Guy?
Tell me.
I found a wooden shoe in my toilet. It was clogged.
Why didn't I have an answer for that?
End.